They thought she was just a human child, small, harmless, profitable. Then her father arrived, and the galaxy remembered one rule: never touch human children. Captain Vexer stared in horror at the small human juvenile sitting calmly in the cargo bay of his raiding vessel. The child, no more than 10 human years old, sat cross-legged on a crate, completely unafraid despite being surrounded by 7-foot-tall Krillian pirates armed with plasma weapons. Vexer said quietly, his voice carrying lethal restraint. Explain to me why there is a human child on my ship. The subordinate Krillian shifted nervously, his scales flickering with anxiety. Captain, the settlement raid was successful. We acquired resources and this specimen for the slave markets. A specimen? Vexer's claws extended involuntarily. You brought a human child aboard my vessel. Do you have any idea what you've done? The crew instinctively backed away as the captain's fury filled the bay. In the corner, the human girl watched with wide blue eyes, more curious than frightened. Sir, it's just one small human, Gra protested. They're valuable on the rim worlds. Valuable? Vexer roared. You've doomed us all. Every pirate in 3 sectors knows the first rule of human contact. He leaned forward. Never, ever harm their young. The child suddenly spoke, her voice bright and cheerful, perfectly fluent in galactic standard. Are you space pirates? That's so cool. My dad tells me stories about space adventures. Vexer felt his blood freeze. Your father? He asked carefully. What does your father do, little one? He's in the Space Navy, she replied proudly. Admiral Thompson. Terran Defense Fleet. He's probably looking for me right now. The cargo bay went silent. Every Krillian present knew that name, Admiral Marcus Thompson, the ghost of the Outer Rim, the man who had dismantled 3 pirate cartels without mercy. Captain, the sensor operator shouted over the intercom, panic cracking his voice. Massive hyperspace signatures inbound. Multiple vessels. Vexer closed his eyes. How many? 47, no, 73. Sir, more are arriving. 100. They keep coming. The little girl clapped her hands. Daddy always brings friends when he travels. Through the viewport, the crew watched in terror as human warships tore out of hyperspace. Destroyers. Battle cruisers. Carrier vessels larger than entire pirate fleets. Sir, incoming transmission, the communications officer whispered. The main screen activated. A human admiral stared back at them, calm and composed, his eyes promising annihilation. This is Admiral Marcus Thompson of the Terran Defense Fleet, he said evenly. You have something that belongs to me. Vexer swallowed. Admiral, this is Captain Vexer of the Nightmare's Edge. There has been a misunderstanding. No misunderstanding, Thompson replied calmly. You took my daughter. Daddy, the girl waved happily at the screen. These are space pirates. They're not very scary. The Admiral's expression softened for half a second, then hardened into something far worse. Emma, he said gently. Are you hurt? Nope. They gave me juice and showed me their ship. Yours is better, though. The Admiral nodded once. I see. His gaze returned to Vexer. You have 60 seconds to return my daughter unharmed, or I demonstrate why humans do not negotiate with those who threaten our children. Vexer glanced at his tactical display. Human weapons locked on from every direction. Our weapons can't penetrate their shields, his officer whispered. We couldn't scratch their smallest escort. 40 seconds, the Admiral said calmly. Wait. Vexer cried. We'll return her immediately. No demands. No conditions. 30 seconds. Vexer struck Gra across the snout, sending him crashing to the floor. You fool. There are no markets if we're all dead. Moments later, a shuttle launched, carrying Emma safely back to her father's flagship. The human fleet remained in position, weapons still trained. Admiral, Vexer said shakily. Your daughter is safe. Surely we can spread the word, Thompson interrupted. Every pirate haven. Every smuggler port. Any being who harms a human child will face the entire Terran defense fleet. The transmission ended, human ships vanished into hyperspace, Vexor collapsed into his command chair, scales rattling. "Captain," the communications officer said quietly. "Messages incoming from the Blood Fawn Cartel, the Vortex Raiders, the Crimson Syndicate. What do they want? They're asking if the rumors are true." Vexor closed his eyes. "Tell them yes. And tell them why we're still alive." The warning spread across the criminal underworld within hours. Touching a human child didn't bring profit, that it brought extinction. Some lessons only need to be taught once.